Hello, everyone, and welcome to the third and final appointment of POLI.design Open Day. Thank you so much for being here with us today. I'm Sofia D'Alessandro, and I will be moderating the presentation of our Specializing Master in Strategic Design. I have the pleasure of being here with some members of the faculty, Professor Cabirio Cautela, the Scientific Director of the program, and Marilena Tarantino, the Training Specialist. So before leaving the floor to the faculty, let me just introduce to you the new positioning of POLI.design. The claim, "Unlock Your Design Energy," means our commitment to recognizing and enhancing the unique potential and differences of each student. We aim to nurture personal attitudes and inclinations, offering a supportive environment that empowers students to become professionals, ready to assume leadership roles and tackle complex changes. Each specializing master, of course, unlocks a distinct energy. So I will now hand it over to the faculty to discover a few more things. Thank you so much and enjoy.
Thank you, Sofia. Welcome to all of you, and good morning for this third open day of POLI.design. As Sofia was anticipating, we are dealing this presentation with the Master in Strategic Design. That is the Master in POLI.design that has the longest life respect to all the other. And this is about 25 years of history where different kind of international scholars, practitioner, international designer took part to this kind of adventure and to the life of this master. As Sofia was anticipating, the claim of these three open days is about unlocking your design energy. And if we want to contextualize in the strategic design master this kind of claim, we can say for sure that this master in a certain way enable to you different abilities and capabilities. First of all, it increases your collaborating and collaboration attitude. On the second hand, in order to be a strategic designer, you should employ all your empathetic and criticism capability. On the other hand, the master aims to create visioning abilities in those designers that have to create new business, kind of innovation and new venturing. And on the other hand, we stress two other abilities that are related to looking at the strategic view of the asset of the business that you manage, and on the other hand, nurture your entrepreneurial spirit. So if we want to, in a certain way, clarify the main competencies and the main aim of this master, we can say that at the end of the master, you should be able to create a new kind of business for sure in order to see new market, a new kind of user. On the other hand, you will be able to explore new context of use, and new kind of trends and stimuli from the socio-cultural environment. And then the real aim of this master is to instill in you different kind of capabilities in order to change the product meaning and to change the competitive rules of the market. So as we say, the strategic design territory is a sort of crossroad where management abilities match with the design sensitivities and design competencies. The people that from the beginning to the end, and also after the end of the master, will support you in this kind of journey. As you can see, there are 5 people that are fundamental for the life of this initiative. About me, okay, I'm a professor of Politecnico di Milano that teach design management, but there are different my colleagues that are involved directly or also in the backstage of this initiative. Francesco Zurlo, that is one of the founder of this master with Ezio Manzini and other professors like Roberto Verganti, that is a professor, historical professor of Politecnico specialized in strategic design. Then there is Michele Melazzini, one of our researchers that is specialized in design for engaging of user and employees. And then there are other 2 pillars of this kind of initiative that are Anna Consolati, the didactic coordinator, and Marilena Tarantino, that is the training specialist that will anticipate to you at the end of this presentation all the admission requirements that we'll look at. What are the goals? So what are the goals of this master? As every kind of master, we want to, for sure, develop new kind of competencies or going through a reskilling path for you. Just to say something about the main competencies that we will develop. First of all, the capability to create a new kind of problem framing and problem setting. One of the ability of a designer is not just to propose solution, but is to look at the problem from another angle, from another perspective. The second point is that we want to develop with you and for you new kind of entrepreneurial abilities. Every day, not only if you want to be a sort of entrepreneur, but also if you will work in a company or in a consulting company, what they ask for you is a kind of proactivity and a kind of entrepreneurial spirit according to which you can create a new business and new venturing. Then we want to develop the capability to manage the complexity. Today, launching a new business, launching a new innovation is a real risky activity. So you have to consider everything when you put on the road a new initiative. And this means to blend and to merge a different kind of abilities in order to manage this kind of huge complexity. Every kind of business environment today is characterized by the VUCA paradigm that is about volatility, that is about uncertainty, that is about complexity, and that is about ambiguity. So one strategic designer is able to navigate in this kind of environment. Then if you want to conclude about the development of this kind of ability, we can say that another capability of a strategic designer is to create a storytelling. Every day, every time that you put a new kind of product, a new kind of business in a company, you need to champion the innovation, and you need in a certain way to create a huge consensus. According to the storytelling, according to your narrative capability, you can put the audience, you can put the other employees on board. If you are not able in a certain way to sell the new ideas into the company, for sure you will have and you will leave the first resistance and the first inertia that every organization has. Just to depict, just to represent the overall structure of the master, we can distinguish different areas and different activities that you will live during this long journey. First of all, there are different kinds of empowerment and soft skill development. As I anticipated, one of the ability of a strategic designer is to get more empathy in your work. And this is not something that you can born with, but this is something to train. This is something to, in a certain way, touch during the journey of the master and of your working life. On the other end, the master starts with a management area where different kind of lecture are about general management, innovation management, and project management in particular, with also marketing lecture in order to strengthen your shoulder about some models and some concept in the managerial area. On the second end, there is the starting of all the design area where you will touch with your hands all the topics related to product service system design, the service design deepening, and all about designing new business model and new venturing. Then there is an area that we call the intersection area, where the managerial science match with the design science in new kind of discipline. For example, one of the main discipline that is entitled The Master is about strategic design, but not only, we have also courses with strategy as design and design as a strategy. So you will touch in this kind of courses how the process of design and the process of strategy making, in a certain way, they have different kind of commonalities, and you will understand how through design you can represent and you can depict the strategic path of the company. The final part that is in a certain way diffused along the structure of the master is related to the extensive and intensive workshop. what we mean with these two kind of main workshop. First of all, the intensive workshop are those workshops that are related to some cutting edge design challenges about, for example, the advent of a new technology. Just to make an example, the generative AI and how generative AI impacts the creativity process. So this is something that we do every year, intensive workshop in which design touch new trends in technology, social and cultural issues. On the other hand, we have extensive workshops that are managed by company and with company, in which every kind of company goes into the master launching a brief, launching a design challenge, and all the classes organized according to different groups and clusters in order to provide a specific solution to this kind of brief. Usually every year we have 3 intensive workshops and 3 extensive workshops with the different kind of companies coming from manufacturing industry or also service-based industry, and also NGO, non-governative organization, that in a certain way they are implementing design in their strategic path. Just to give you the idea of the history of this master and the success of this mastery, we are in a moment in which the edition that will start in October is overbooked. So we are taking from this moment all the admission for the next release, for the next edition of the Master in Strategic Design that will start in February 2025. So as you can see by this kind of simplified timeline, you can see that the edition that we are talking about will start in February and will end in October with all the didactic activities and the workshop activities. Then in order to start the internship period in November 25 and closing it in April 25. I just remember to you that according to our rules of Politecnico, you should have during this journey at least 450 hours of lecture, and then you have to guarantee, at least in Italy or abroad, 500 hours of internship. After that period, from May 26, you can have the final graduation session in which you will present a project work or a master thesis done in a company or for your own, if you are interested in doing your own company. Just to speak about the professional outcomes that historically this master creates, we usually distinguish 2 kind of profile. Some profile that we call specialist in marketing and innovation. A lot of our alumni, they are spread out into the world of the organization in manufacturing or in services, where they cover jobs like R&D manager, industrial designer, marketing manager, brand manager. But we have different kind of also specialists in design strategy that are design manager, design director, project manager, that or brand and marketing manager, that they work in different kind of entities in consulting or in other service and product companies. Why to choose this master? At least for what are the reasons why to attend a master like this? First of all, you will get in touch with internationally recognized scholar that they created a new paradigm in the theories of innovation about design. You will have the possibility to meet different scholars that they daily work with international journal and with the international school, where they spread out their theories about design and design for innovation. Then it's a master with the hands-on. It means that there are different moments during the master in which you will get in touch with the companies, with the manager, with the practitioner, and all the network that Politecnico di Milano and POLI.design manage in the field of innovation. And then you will have the possibility to to extend your network of relationship, not only according to the scholar, not only according to the practitioner, but also your class will be the nest that will enable you the future opportunity for your working life. The other reason why is just related to the partner that usually this master has, because every year we have different companies, but in particular we have some university partner with whom we organize at least one extensive workshop in which we merge the classes with other kind of university and with other kind of academic partner. So, as by the beginning of the history, the natural partner, just to continue on that road, will be the POLI Graduate School of Management, that is the XMIP, with whom this master has been launched more than 20 years ago. But as I anticipated, usually we get on board another academic partner that is usually in Europe, in a different country of Europe, with whom we organize an innovation sprint workshop. I think that that's it. That's all from my side. So it's a sort of a long journey where you will touch different concepts and different activities about strategic design. And this master usually, in a certain way, looks at two kind of different audience. The audience of designer that they want to strengthen up their knowledge about management and the management of innovation, but on the other end, we also attract people from a managerial background that they want to gain a new kind of design sensitivity. Thank you for your attention. I just leave the floor to Marilena in order to provide to you different kind of admission information. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Professor. Hi, everybody. I am Marilena Tarantino, training specialist of the Specializing Master, and I will now show you how to take part in the selection process of the Master 2025. You can click on the apply button going on our website of the page of the Specializing Master in Strategic Design. Then you can click on the apply button and you can create your account. Once your account is created, you can then upload all of your documents. And once we receive your application, in order to complete the selection process, you will be asked to take an entry assessment that you have to send us back within 48 hours. And in the following days, you can also have a motivational interview. These are the final deadlines, so we kindly ask you to not wait until the last moment to apply. On our website, you can also find our promotional policy and our commitment to support your study at POLI.design and your future. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Marilena and Professor Cautela, for this interesting presentation. Actually, as Marilena was saying, we have reserved quite a few promotions for you, and we had one especially for the open days. So you will be entitled to a 15% discount on the tuition fee of the program if you complete your entry-level test and your interview within 7 days from today. So hurry up. And now let's move onto the Q&A session to see what interesting questions you had for us. Okay, so Professor Cautela, someone is asking, what is the difference between this specializing master and the Master of Science, for example, in science in product service system offered by Politecnico?
There are at least two main differences. One is that a Master of POLI.design in a certain way is a booster for the job market. So it means that in 1 year and a half you are able to start a work, a job, knowing and experiencing a different kind of moment of interaction with the companies, with the scholars. So in a certain way, it's something that is condensed respect to a long Master of Science. The other is that the managerial competencies that we create in this master are in a certain way higher than what we teach, on the other hand, in the Master of Science in Product Service System. So we can say that the profile that we create in this master is more a manager of innovation respect to what the Product Service System Master of Science created, that is most related to a sort of product service system designer. So these are the two main differences that I want to pinpoint in this moment.
Great, thank you. We have another question for you. Which are the companies where we can have an internship? What type of companies?
Usually we have three different cluster of companies where people and students from strategic design, they go. First, we address all the consulting companies that are the old management companies that in a certain way embraced and embedded the design in their key activities. Just to make some example, from McKinsey to Fjord, from Deloitte Digital to other kind of Accenture, for example, these kind of companies. On the other end, we address company manufacturing, where, for example, we have a lot of packaging, food, and other kind of product-based companies that they, in a certain way, host our students. And then we address all the service company, from banking to insurance, from digital services to other kind of company that they provide the digital services. In a certain way, we guarantee this access to these three main cluster of companies.
Perfect. Thank you for the detailed explanation. I think we don't have any more questions, so thank you again for being here with us, and thank you all. Stay put because we have other presentations coming, and don't leave if you want to hear more about POLI.design and its services. Thank you again.